What's up everyone, I am Jamie with 3littlegoats.com. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. If you've been around for a while, welcome back. I'm glad to see you as always. So a few months ago, I put out a video and showed you how we converted a regular, just good old-fashioned storage shed into my now office where we are standing. And today I'm finally going to give you a tour of my craft room slash soap studio slash whatever you want to call it. It is my happy place. It's where I spend most of my time working, and I love how it turned out. There are some things I'm probably going to tweak here in the near future, things I'm going to have to tweak in the near future, but for now, this is where I have settled upon having my layout, and I am loving it so far. So without further ado, let's get into the craft room tour, soap room tour, whatever you want to call it. We're going to give you a little tour around my happy place. Alright, so first thing, when you walk in through the front door, this is the first thing that you see, and it is probably my favorite thing of all time. It's a Husky tool chest. I got it from Home Depot, and it's the greatest thing ever for keeping things organized. When it's not in use, this is actually where I film it as well, on top of this surface, but when it's not in use, I press it up against the wall because it is on casters, and when I'm ready to film, I pull it out and I put it right below my overhead filming, which is a makeshift of sorts. I've got a tripod ball head on the end of it, and I've kind of just rigged it to fit on this pipe so I can film overhead and not have to worry about having a tripod for overhead. And then my secondary tripod is right there, which I put to the side as well. So I just pull it out and I'm ready to go. And I will show you some of the things I keep in here, some things that I need easy access to or want easy access to. First thing is up here is some of my micas that I use the most, which, oh, such a beautiful color. And then I've got some stuff that I'm planning on using in the near future in here as well. And then I like to keep some disinfectant wipes, my gloves, some popsicle sticks, some pipettes, just things I know I'm going to need, especially wipes, because if you guys have watched my soap making videos, y'all know I'm a little messy. And then things like in here, I've just got some additives like glitters, preservatives, kaolin clay, salts, and some of my fragrances. I just got a large order of fragrances in, so that is probably going to be filled up here in the next few days. And then down here we just have tools that I'll need, like my immersion blenders, some whisks, some spoons, some spatulas, my scale, all of that good stuff I keep down in here. And then I also 3D print a lot of my own molds for specialty soaps, and so a lot of the molds that I've made are in here. They need to be cleaned. I haven't had a chance to go through them all and clean them since we moved. And then in here I just have my larger molds, my lye, and just some miscellaneous things, and then I've got smaller molds and mixing bowls and all of that stuff in here. So this thing can hold a ton, and I love it. Alright, so we got a lot of stuff going on over on this side of the office. I sometimes film on this wall. I've started actually filming on the other wall because I have backlights over there, which I like. I wasn't going to actually put this workbench here. My hubby was like, why not just put a work table over here as well? Because I was just going to do shelves all the way down. I'm glad that he did think of that, because I completely forgot that I needed someplace to put my 3D printers. I've got a PLA 3D printer, and I've also got a resin 3D printer. And this is also where I put my soaps to cure, soaps that I've already wrapped and are ready to go are up here. My soap cutter is up here, and then I've got some storage and of course some of my nerdy paraphernalia as well. And then I've just got my sewing machine and some batting down here because I'm going to getting ready to make a quilt. And then heat gun, and then just these drawers are just a plethora of hodgepodge stuff. Some are projects I'm going to be working on in the future. Some are just storage for like my 3D printer, all that fun stuff. And then of course I've got my AC unit here. We plan on upgrading this fall to a mini split unit, so I won't have this anymore in here, which is great because it's very loud. I have to turn it off when I'm filming. And then over here, I have a lot of my oils, bases, or butters and things like that. I'm still trying to figure out a way to organize it. This shelf I actually built in North Carolina, and it was in my kitchen. So I figured I'll use it for some storage in here since I don't really have any place right now to put it in the house. And like I said, I've got a lot of my oils, some butters, and then beeswaxes and stuff for making lotions are down on the bottom. And then I've got more PLA resin and things for like my printers as well that won't fit in the drawers. And then my impact sealer and microwave for like melt and pours. And my drone is generally where she hangs out when I'm not using her. And then this is so cute. It's a mini fridge. I don't keep drinks in it. I actually, when I have like a hankering to make soap and I haven't made any lye water solution, I'll make my lye water solution and I'll stick it in here for 20-30 minutes to cool it down. I love it. It's so awesome. All right, and then over here is another workstation. I've got some boards over here that I use for bouncing light when I'm taking photos. I've got some vinyl backdrops as well. They're just kind of pushed over there for easy access. And then I've got my iMac, which I edit all of my videos on. And then I've got a MacBook Air, which I actually do all my photo and blogging on. That way I can kind of switch between the two and not have to worry about things lagging behind. And then I had planned on kind of putting all my lenses and my camera equipment up on these shelves, but I decided I didn't want to. I wanted to put some of my favorite pop figures. If you guys have been around for a while, you know I am a huge nerd. So I've got some of my favorite pop figures displayed, and it makes me happy. And of course I've got my Silhouette Cameo. I've done a couple projects with it on this channel. One being that very adorable Sweet Bee honey sign. I'll link that down below if you want to see how I made that. And then just my printer, my filing cabinet, and then my extra tripod, and then my secondary camera, which I use for photography and secondary filming, which is my Canon 6D Mark II. And then my IKEA Alex drawers, which just store a whole bunch of stuff. I've got like vinyl. Over here I've got camera equipment like extra lenses, lens wipes, mini tripods. Found out I am a huge tripod hoarder. Don't know why, but I have a bunch of them. And then these are my tiny little goats that a client gave me as a closing gift when I lived in Washington. She knew I was going to eventually be moving to start a new goat farm, so she gave me those, and they are adorable. And then just some fun trinkets on my desktop. I've got my Death Star, which usually holds some SD cards. Right now it's empty. I made that on my other channel years ago. I still have it. I love it. And then my baby Groot that I 3D printed and painted. And then some lip balm I like to keep. And then I do voiceovers. So my voiceover setup is over here as well. And then on this wall, I have actually posted this to this channel. I made these shelves just to store some of my more favorite nerdy things and some of my vintage cameras that I collect. I absolutely love these, but I'm going to have to actually probably readjust them because, like I said, we're eventually going to be putting a mini split in and it's going to have to be mounted somewhere on the wall. So this will probably have to be rearranged. And then last but not least is my broom holder. I absolutely love this. I posted a tutorial on my other channel on how I made this, and it actually is very functional. You can take the broom off and put it back on. So that's where I store my broom. So up here I have two lofts. I'm not going to show you up there because it's literally just more tripods and more storage and boxes and things like that. Stuff I don't need on a regular basis, but I still want out here in case I do need it. And then I've got just some extra storage bins with some fabric and some other projects that I'm working on as well. And then my 1950s pressure canner that I got at a garage sale for $5. I love it, so I figured I would display it here until we get our new house built, and then I can display it in the new kitchen. But for now, that's where it lives. And I just used a curtain rod and hung these homemade makeshift curtains just so I don't have to see back there. So that is what I've got for you guys today. If you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. It really helps. And if you haven't already, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button. We put out new videos every single week, sometimes twice a week if we're feeling spunky. And be sure to check out the description box below. A lot of the stuff that I have made, if I have videos for it, I will link that below. And there's just other awesome videos if you want to check those out down there as well. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!